Let's try this again.
Unfortunately, anyone who signed up for
The first round.
it did not work. I don't know why. But it was doing a screen share of my phone, and it was like a whole little bubble of us, and I have no idea. I've never had it do that before. So I apologize that
We had some tech issues.
Yeah.
Possibly some user issues.
That's so disappointing. I don't have tech issues.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to let people who were over on the other video
hopefully make their way
migrate over to here. So sorry, and thank you for those who are making the journey. All right. Welcome to A Family Food Supply. I am Kevin. This is my wife, Christy. And this is our dining room, schoolroom, filming room, everything room. As you see the stuff behind us.
Technically, it's our living room.
Technically, it's a living room.
But we don't fit in our dining room.
So, we are here to answer some questions. We're here to share some updates on what's going on with our bulk food supply, with our plans to move forward, some fun and new exciting news here at the Comstock clan, and the giveaway. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So, without further ado, what's the first thing we're going to do?
We're going to do the giveaways.
Giveaway.
Because
we're just going to rip the Band-Aid right off.
I'm afraid we'll get talking and we'll totally forget about the giveaway, and that would be bad. So, we have a bottle of maple syrup, our favorite maple syrup, and we've got the maple syrup cookbook. We are going to do this random number generator style. So I've got a number generator right here, and we're going to first pick the video, and then we're going to pick a number of comments, and we're going to just kind of go down and find that. So ready? We're going to hit generate. So 1 to 3, video 1 to 3. Hit generate. Number 1.
Number 1.
Oh boy. Number 1's the most complicated one too.
Number 1. What's number 1? Why is this one? Because there's 1,000.
Number 1, okay, I need to apologize. We'll talk a little bit more about this. I've been awful about getting back to comments, and especially when we got inundated with comments on the last 3 videos or the giveaways, and yeah. Anyway, but number 1 has the most that I've actually responded on.
What's up from West Virginia? I'm sorry, I can't read. Granny Rants. Oh, West Virginia is probably just getting ready to explode with color, and I hope that you enjoy that.
We're from Michigan, and we are used to having really beautiful, colorful falls. And not that, like, colorful Colorado, not that it's not beautiful here, it's just a little different. It's a little bit less red and orange.
Yeah, a lot of brown
and
green. Brown and green.
Okay, I'm gonna...
High Healing Fibers from Florida. Welcome. And I don't know, I think you guys are past hurricane season, maybe? I don't know. Is that accurate? I'm trying to think.
No,
Fall?
no.
Are they getting ready to go into hurricane season?
I think hurricane season starts in August.
Usually October. Okay, yeah. Well, get ready.
Okay, so I'm gonna do another random number here. I'm gonna generate the number.
Traverse City is beautiful.
Oh boy, 141.
All right, so the auto generator.
So I'm gonna be counting here for a minute.
I'm gonna talk. The number was comment number 141, and I just spilled water all over the table in the book. So I'm sorry. I got excited. So funny, we grew up in Michigan and got married. Christy used to spend a ton of time in Harbor Springs, Michigan, and actually that's where our oldest daughter's name came from. She was like, if we ever have a daughter and it's a first daughter, her name will be Harbor. And I said, okay. And then her parents had a place in Traverse for a little while. Grand Traverse Bay is gorgeous. If you've never been to northern Michigan, so here's the map. I'm not sure if this is going to show up right or not. Traverse City is going to be up kind of in this quadrant of the world, maybe even a little lower. My geography is getting a little hazy, but anyway, Missouri, cool, welcome. The winds there can be brutal.
I'm on 75.
I was in Joplin once, just once. So, you want me to
Keep
do anything?
talking.
Keep talking. I'm going to keep talking. So one of the neat things about this journey of food has been walking with a lot of other people, helping them and understanding other people's challenges that they're facing with finding out what's right, what's wrong. And a lot of the food storage and food buying things is totally opinion driven. And because there's so many factors in what you're storing, the climate, geography, and your lifestyle and your housing, and we don't have a one size fits all. So we try to answer it based on our family, our lifestyle, and all other stuff. So I think I can stop blathering.
Because we have a winner.
We have a winner.
We have a winner. Life at Holly Hill from Virginia is the winner of our, yep, you've got it.
Of the book.
And the maple syrup. So I'm going to take a really quick picture of this.
It is really hot in here. You should open the door. You're about an hour from Joplin. Cool. It's about bottom of the blue.
Okay.
It's about the bottom of your blue bandage. Not sure what that means. Blue bandage.
Maybe they do, like, or is it somebody in Michigan?
Yes. Good job. Nice work. I have no idea. Squirrel, I'd love to know what curriculum y'all use. So I'll offshoot for a second. Christy has been so challenged about doing a homeschooling channel and whether or not she wants to or not. She's afraid that it may be a distraction, but the curriculum that she has designed is pretty awesome. So I don't have much to say about
We
that.
don't use anything specifically.
Yeah, no,
we do for our
it's
kids
key.
that are for our older kids. We use teaching textbooks. Like that's the one thing that I can say. And for our younger kids, when they're learning to read, we use All About Reading and All About Spelling. And other than that, it is a lot of hodgepodge.
Yeah, a little
Like
bit of
our
this.
family studies it's a lot of stuff that we put together.
Cool. So congratulations. We'll be in touch.
So, well, wait, I need
second one.
I need to do the second winner for a book specifically. And this was just for the comments on the post on the community page. Just in case anybody doesn't know how to get to the community page, you just go to our YouTube channel page and you click across the top, it says, I think it's like dashboard or something, and then videos and about, and on there it says community, and if you go on that, it'll have all of our posts, at which point we'll have other chances for you to win stuff, and we use that for a lot of other things.
So Healing Fiber says she did hodgepodge too, and now her daughter's 24. That's amazing. You're still schooling your daughter at 24. Good job. That's commitment. So,
Okay, so I've got 1 to 49.
1 to 49.
And I'm going to generate number 36. Okay, I'm going to count again.
More counting. So I'm going to read through a couple comments. Alpha Omega, awesome. Squirrel, I'd love to know. Yeah, okay, we did that. Our from Joplin, cool. And that's it so far. Awesome. Very, very cool. Yes, originally our page was a vlog, this specific page, and we started feeling called to focus a lot on food and our journey, share our food with Journey, and then decided we wanted to help a lot of people generate a food supply that can bring them peace of mind, hence why the focus on food. We do have a family vlog where we share more of our personal life at the Comstock Clan vlog, and inside of that we share just everything: faith, family, fun, and freedom, what's going on, nothing really specific, no massive amounts of homeschooling or routines or anything, but we'll get into that. But for now, we have a winner for the second giveaway. of the book from the community page, number 36.
Number 36. The winner is
Ashley Coltellino. And you had a great question, Ashley.
Yeah, she did.
So
We've got some really good questions.
A couple good questions. Yeah.
So for both of the winners, I will be reaching out to you and getting your address so that we can get
We're going to come visit.
your prizes sent off. I'm going to take a picture of this one as well.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, we did giveaway 1, we did giveaway 2. I have a check sheet. I have a cheat sheet. Stick around to the end because we're going to be sharing away what we're going to be giving away for October. Is that what it is?
Technically,
It's technically the September giveaway.
giveaway.
Yeah. We're going to get caught up.
It's kind of strange because we had two Azure Hauls in September.
We do.
And so that's totally, again, I'm happy for our 4-week months, but it's kind of throwing things.
Okay. The last person who said hi, saying hi from the Netherlands. We're talking about you because we wanted to say thank you for your question and respond to it. And we looked up how to pronounce your name because I would have been like, I have no idea. So it's really funny. We talked and we were like, we're not going to remember by the time we get there. And guess what? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
So it's
either.
like Marajik.
Marajik, is
Maybe?
that right?
I don't know. I'm sorry. Hello.
Honestly,
that's so fun from the Netherlands.
This is one of the things.
I am not a fan of those months. We're here. Okay, no way. So funny the timing. Okay, awesome. But yeah, we're not great with names at all.
I hate trying to pronounce names.
Especially when you meet somebody and if it's like a business transaction and then you forget their name. You're like, how do you spell your name again? And they're like, Jon.
So let's just apologize in advance
for everyone. Yes.
All pronunciation of names in the future. We're just, yeah.
Okay, general update. We have a few talking points.
Okay, so after that first Azure haul that we did, and we talked about the lentils, I was so excited about
having lentils,
jumping in and doing the lentils like every day of the week. We were gonna do the same recipe times 6 different types of lentils, and it was going to be great. Well, just about 5 weeks ago, almost 6 weeks ago, we found out that I'm pregnant, which is so exciting. And
I was gonna get poppers. So.
But the one thing that has come with that is some major food aversions. And
like, she don't even like tacos. Which,
really
if you
bad.
know anything about this woman,
that's just wrong.
That's huge.
And so
the lentils are
they're just on hold for a little while.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
That's I'm trying to work past it. It's actually gotten really bad. I'm right now only eating like salads and tomatoes.
Yeah. So if you want salad stuff, stick around. Okay. So that's one of the reasons why we split up our last Azure haul in multiple different videos, so we didn't have to film for 3 hours.
Because
sometimes,
I'm also exhausted.
Yeah, super exhausted. This has been a challenging couple years for us. We've had multiple losses, so this is kind of a big deal. And with the element of fatigue that's coming around, we're just letting her say, I'm tired, peace out, I'm done. So yeah,
the last Azure haul, we did do 2 of those kind of back to back with a little bit of break in between. And then the next one we did the next morning because I couldn't do it. Yeah. Because the hauls might be, like some of them, they're 10 to 20 minutes.
Pause.
Hey,
stop yelling!
There's a party going on in the bathtub. The 10 to 20 minutes can sometimes take us 2 to 3 hours to actually film with all of the interruptions and such. What are you laughing at?
Well, just somebody, the Marijique, I don't know, I'm gonna have to read it. She told us how to say her name.
Oh.
She gives us a 10 out of 10 for trying. So thanks. And John Walker says, if you feel exhausted, then choke slam Kevin. For fun. I think we need a demonstration.
I'm gonna go in the bathroom.
No, you're not going to the bathroom.
Oh.
One does not.
Hi from Illinois. Hello from Illinois. We don't miss your humidity.
Thank you. I see some congratulations on there. Thank you guys so much. We're really excited.
So excited,
We'll-
I forgot poppers.
There's some questions around this, so we'll kind of jump into that in a minute. But also,
Go ahead.
what were you gonna talk about recipe requests?
No, I was going to talk about why the length of video.
We just did, didn't we?
No, we talked about, okay. One of the things we've been toying with is how long the videos need to be.
Oh,
And whether if you like long and slow, 30, 40, 50 minutes, an hour, where we, it's slow, where we explain everything, or if you like the more quick moving things. We've had some people say they don't like music in the halls, so we've started to kind of deteriorate music. Christine loves music, I love music, but we've removed it almost entirely from some of the videos. We want them to be informational.
Because this channel is not about us.
Yeah.
For our vlog, we're gonna do whatever we want.
Heck yeah.
Because it's like our family memory.
Yeah. Can you close the door, please?
We have party going on in the bathroom. We have cucumber pickling going on in the kitchen. And I think there's axe throwing going on outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Okay, so you talk about the recipes.
Okay, so we have had lots of requests for recipes. And this has kind of thrown me for a loop because I have no idea. I didn't know how to get them to people. And I finally have come to the conclusion that right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share those recipes on our community page. I'm going to do my best to get them out. Some of the recipes that I know everybody has been asking for are like the ranch dressing recipe, the jalapeno, or the pickled jalapenos. I know that we've had requests for the coleslaw, the Mexican slaw recipe.
That's on point. Yeah. Cheeseburger salad.
I have been.
Cheeseburger salad.
We've got a video on that one. It's not really a recipe or a how-to, but that is that's time consuming.
One of the things. Go ahead.
Oh, I was trying to figure out the best way to share it.
Hold that. I'll be back. Keep going.
I was trying to figure out the best way to share the recipes in a way that was convenient and valuable for you so that you could utilize it. But at this point in time, I'm going for, okay, I just need to get it to you. So we're just going to go that route, share them on the community page. It'll just be a post that has a recipe. And I will say, for the future of this channel specifically, we're not going to be going deep into a lot of just recipes.
You're supposed to be watching that. Please put that down.
One thing that we are going to start doing is when we started buying in bulk, I ran into this problem of I have all of this one thing. Now, what do I do with it? And I would have to go and research and find all of the different recipes. And then I go through and I say, okay, well, let's make sure that I'm not wasting the scraps. For example, when we do our cherry preserving, how many years did we go where I just would either compost or throw away the cherry pits without realizing that you can make cherry vinegar using the cherry pits? And that you can make cherry stem tea, which we just dehydrated the stems. I have not tried it yet, but I mean, there's so many different things that you can do that you just don't know until you know. And so one of the things that we're going to talk about doing is using up specific pieces of your food supply. And so, for example, this time of year, I think for this, like coming up, we're going to focus a lot on pumpkin.
Shocking.
My goal is to focus on lentils, and
In a year.
we'll really kind of focus on a variety of recipes. So we'll probably do a video that has a variety of pumpkin recipes, or a video that has a variety of lentil recipes, or something like that. The different grains, we're talking about doing like a comparison of like spelt versus kamut versus hard red versus hard white versus all of those, and kind of doing a comparison there. And so I'm not saying that there won't be recipes on this channel, but it will be focused on using the food supply that you have, as opposed to just a recipe for the sake of recipe. Now, we would love to do a channel
On recipes.
that is just recipes, where
It's called Cooking with Kevin.
no, it's not. What would it be called? Do you remember? We talked about it.
Yeah.
I think you came up with it.
It's called From Scratch.
So one of the things that I am really
We want a channel for everything.
annoyed, yeah, we've got a lot of YouTube channel ideas, but one of the things that I'm bothered by is that 95% of the bread of any sort baking videos are done with flour.
But
And we have committed to not using all-purpose flour. And because we believe, like, for the first goal is sourdough, but we're willing to kind of go away from that because we have found that it's hard to do like a sandwich bread with sourdough. And so it's hard. It's hard to find good, healthy recipes. It's hard to find preserving recipes that aren't filled with sugar and all of that. So, yeah.
hey, Harbor,
Yeah.
come here for a second and bring a loaf of bread that you made yesterday. Pretty please.
And I'm not going to say that, like, our goal isn't perfection. We're not by any means perfect. We will...
Speak for yourself.
We will do a recipe, and we'll go totally sugar. Like, our pickled jalapenos have a little bit of honey in them.
Come down here. Say hello to everybody.
Hi.
A few of you have mentioned daughter Harbor. She's our oldest. So she is the baking extraordinaire, and she's becoming quite amazing. So this one,
To read it better.
no, like talk about it. What is this?
This is a loaf of it's sandwich bread made with hard white and soft. No,
Hard white and
hard
red.
red. It's a
mix.
combination of hard white and hard red. Not hard.
So she made one the other day that was huge too. And so
Yeah, that one's short.
don't let that fool you. She's gonna leave. So anyway, I'm gonna jump back in the comments real quick. Let's go up to hi from Illinois. The longer the better. 35 to 45 minutes. It's perfect. Hey Kevin, do a backflip. Not today. Victoria says congratulations. We just found out you are as well. Yay! Congratulations, Victoria. Pregnancy tea on Azure, I've heard is great. She's got one that she makes from home. Harbor's also doing herbalism, so she makes Christy her tea.
It's a modified Nora tea, so it is nettle, oat straw, red raspberry leaf, alfalfa, and then we also do dandelion and sometimes lemon balm and sometimes chamomile.
Nice. Give you
Yeah,
some
that's a good
perspective.
sandwich bread.
That is good.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
It's pretty good too. Ooh ee ah 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 ting tang walla walla bing bang. What's up? That was for me. Girl, don't stress. Your energy is precious now. You're creating something beautiful. Yes, she is. Thank you. I saw your oldest daughter, and once in the kitchen, she was very good at showing and explaining. So good job. Love your channel. Thanks, Brandy. Our Revolt Homestead, or what Mama's craving that day? There must be a question earlier that I missed. Our Homestead. Yep, got it. So just let people know what you're craving that day. Salad. I can't wait for more videos. You guys are awesome. Thanks, Maddie. I would love to see a home milled yeasty bread. I wish I had Azure. Coming up. Eventually, yes.
Well, Azure's not coming up.
Yeah.
Not to the Netherlands.
No,
At
I
least
mean
anytime.
a video. I'm sorry. Brainiel says bread, Beckers, and Grains and Grit are great channels.
Yes,
Yes.
we do. We do watch both of those. And then also, I don't know. Does Breadbeckers have sourdough? I don't think they do a lot of sourdough. It's just, it is great. That's actually where that recipe came from for that bread. And then we've been watching Grains and Grit, and I just found another one that I can't remember, but it is whole grain sourdough.
Ellie's every day.
Ellie's Everyday Whole Grain Sourdough. So I haven't really watched much yet, but I was excited to find it because that's exactly what we've been looking for, is some help with our whole grain sourdough.
Awesome. All right, let's jump on to some questions because we got a few.
Yes.
So I'm gonna butcher. I'm sorry, Marijique. Marijique. Asked.
We're gonna study this and figure out how to do
We're
it.
figure out.
Yeah.
Somebody asked how to get to the community page. We mentioned how to get to the community page earlier in the video.
Go to the homepage for the YouTube channel. Up at the top, there's a number of tabs, and you'll see one that says community.
Awesome. So Nurjik says, how did we meet? How did your pregnancies go? So we met via Yellow Pages a long time ago, and we've had multiple pregnancies.
Okay, you can't.
I'm kidding. We didn't meet Yellow Pages.
But if you're gonna tell the story, you have to tell it quickly.
I will. I used to work at a small gear shop in Michigan. She came into it one day, asked about kayaks. I had the kayak she was interested in. I gave her my number, told her she could take it for a test drive because we ended up living in the same town. We met, fell in love, got married, had kids.
Now, mind you, the really interesting part is that at this point in time, he was 18 and in high school. I was 23 and graduated from college. And I was I was in youth ministry, and it was a big, fun, complicated situation that people weren't necessarily on board, and both of us, well, I don't know where you were coming from at that point in time. You just wanted to marry me.
So that's how we met. We'll tell a story of how we met one day, probably
Yeah,
on our.
we'll do like a video on our vlog channel.
We'll do it on the vlog channel. So, and then how did your pregnancies go?
So you've probably seen a number of, okay, so ever back from when we started our channel, I was pregnant with Xander in
2020.
We started the channel in 2021. No, 2020?
2020.
2020.
No, we started the channel, whatever. She was pregnant with Xander.
No, yeah, we started it in 2020.
So we started the pregnancy.
That's not right.
No, it isn't. Whatever. So we started
Anyway,
the channel.
I was
She was
pregnant with Xander. He was born
June 2021.
and he was stillborn, totally unexpected. It was amazing how God protected me from knowing that he was stillborn, yet prepared me for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I think that's the best way that I can explain it.
Yeah.
Quickly.
So,
At some point in time, we are going to do a video about that and just share that whole story. We were going to do it shortly afterwards, and
that didn't work
it
out.
didn't. And I thought for sure we would do it by the time we hit the 1 year mark, and that didn't happen. And anyway, then I got pregnant again in
December
January. Of this. So
December 2021.
we found out in January, and then I had a miscarriage in March. And we did share that on our channel. we shared the entire like week
Found
by
out we're
week.
pregnant. We did the pregnancy
loss.
announcement, and then we did the pregnancy update, and then we went through the entire loss process.
Since we have narrowed down the focus of this channel to food supply, we have those videos got removed from this channel, and we are actually going to be putting them on a very own channel that is dedicated to natural pregnancy and loss. I have had 8 home births, and 2 natural miscarriages. I've actually had 3 miscarriages, but the first one was so early that I wouldn't necessarily count that as like a natural miscarriage or anything. But
thanks, Mary G. Yep, farmhouse on Boone. Yep, love the story. That's a good story. Yeah. She's not all lovey-dovey if you can't tell. So I'll tell the story. Really good one day. Yes, thank you for losing our son. It's all good. Worked out the best way possible. So, Crystal Gales asked, "It's only me and my husband. Is Azure still right for us? Thank you, Homestead by Home by the Highway, for replying as well." That was supposed to read that.
That was so just beautiful the way you delivered that.
Thank you, Homestead by the Highway, for replying as well.
So Crystal,
this is why she doesn't give me paper all that often. You know? Yeah. Okay.
Crystal, so when we started ordering from Azure, which actually, I'm going to combine these 2 answers because Beth asked, how long have we ordered through Azure? And so I'm going to answer this kind of together. We've been ordering through Azure for over 10 years now. And when we first started, we only had a couple young kids.
Yeah.
And
Chill out.
so it wasn't much more than what just a husband and wife would go through food-wise. And number one, Azure does have they have small quantities of everything. They make it wonderful no matter what size you need. If you want to do like what you would do at a normal grocery store versus if you want to shop in bulk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one thing here though is that with Azure, you do get a huge advantage when you buy in bulk. And with it just being you and your husband, I still encourage you to buy in bulk and save that money. And how easy it could be to build up a food supply. Now that is of course based on if you have the space
The
and
capacity
whatnot.
and all that. You know, some of the things that you could buy in bulk would be like maple syrup, some of the vinegars. You could buy a year's worth in one shot.
Well, so with the maple syrup, then you have to refrigerate it once you open it. And so maybe not, but with the vinegar, like the vinegar and honey and stuff like that is stuff that really lasts almost forever. Sugars, salts, the wheats and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so I really do appreciate the fact that with Azure, it's not all bulk. And so that if you do want to try something new, they make it easy for you to get a small amount.
Yeah. So it says.
And then wait, I've got to get
how much larger is our?
Yes.
So pre-COVID, our drop.
Wait, you have to read the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Beth asked how much. Also asked how much larger is your drop post-COVID? I would say right around the time when COVID started coming out, we were averaging about $2,000 to $3,000 on our drop sale. And within a month or 2 of COVID coming out, it doubled instantly. And then ever since COVID, it's doubled again. It's more than doubled since then.
Yeah.
So each drop, our last drop, I don't know the dollar amount, but it was 5,500 pounds of stuff. We did share a video on how we run our Azure drop. It's a little bit different. and we really enjoy the way we do it. We get to meet a lot of people and have conversations. Harbor whips up a bunch of samples that we offer to the people that come, so they learn more about what Azure does and has. So I would
So
say,
people don't meet the truck
yeah, we
for
go.
our drop.
So we go to the drop location. We meet the truck. We unload the truck, everything inside of our vehicles and our trailer, bring it back to our house, sort it, and then people come to either what's called an open pickup, where they come at a window of time randomly at their convenience, or they go online and schedule a time. We just had 2 people show up this morning, 3 days later, to pick up their items. Now, we request that refrigerated items are picked up during the open pickup, but occasionally we do need to refrigerate or freeze something for someone. We have the capacity to do that currently, and moving forward. We've had a few comments on here, so
Yep.
Kevin, please give me some subtitles. I wish I could give you subtitles. Sorry. And then, how many animals do you have? We'll cover that question in a minute. And have you guys tried the 13 Fiesta beans? I don't think we've tried the 13 Fiesta beans.
We have made our own,
Mm-hmm.
like 10 or
12 bean.
dip, or no, not
We've
dip,
done a 12 bean
12
soup,
bean soup.
but we'll look into that. So thank you, Shauna. And then Red Lantern Homestead asking or skidding in late. Hey everyone, what's up?
Hi, Kathy.
And then Sean says, are there any advantages to hosting the drop? Hosting the drop, you do get a 1% of the sale of your drop credited to your account. Azure does that to say thank you for your efforts. But we feel like the advantage is meeting like-minded people, growing in community, serving our community, letting our kids be a part of.
Giving our kids an opportunity to serve, I think, is huge.
And serve inside of an environment that we can control a little bit more if we were just to drop kick them into the world. They love making some of the things that they have gotten really good at. And just the other day, our kids were able to shine with some of the stuff. People really gave them some praise. So, and then Mel says, I can't see it for the whole live stream, but jumping in to leave a comment. We'll watch the replay. Cool. Thanks, Mel. Catch the replay. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you soon. So, do you want to do this question?
So Barb Murphy asked if we'd be willing to share some of the recipes that we mentioned, just in case you're just turning on the live stream. I mentioned earlier that we are going to start sharing some of.
Hey guys,
There's a lot of noise.
I need you to chill out a little bit. Live. Elias, please wait.
We're going to be sharing the recipes that are requested on the community page. We are working on putting together a website that I could possibly put them on. I know it would be great to kind of have them all in one place that I can very easily send people to. Eventually we will get there, but for now we're just going to go with the quick and easy way of using the community page. I'm hoping that I can send, I'm going to check and see. I'm wondering if I can send a link to a specific post. I think I can. And so I can even share those, for those of you who have asked in the comments of a video, I can respond and say, here is the link, and it'll link it to the community page. So, let's see here. Calvi Homestead asked, would you be interested in making some videos on how we use our Azure items like meals and such? This is something that we've talked about doing. Right now, it is not totally in our wheelhouse to be able to add that in. We're really trying to be cautious about what we are adding into our life right now with everything that we have going on, and me operating at about, I feel like 20% capacity sometimes. And so, oh, there's Hank.
Oh, this bench.
Yeah, this bench is getting scary. So I was talking about the request for sharing meals and such. You know, the one thing that I did think about doing is after our Azure haul, like doing the Azure haul video and then maybe doing another video of like how we stored what we got in the haul, and then doing another video on how we used some of the stuff that we got in the haul.
Honestly, we could do so many different videos, and I'm so far behind on editing them. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
I kind of said no for now. Not that we don't want to, but we just need to figure out a way to get some help with the video editing.
Well, Grayson, one of our oldest son, he's learning how to edit videos, and he's getting pretty good. So. Harvard, come here for a second. Someone asked what our kids.
This is Ashley.
Yes, sorry.
This is Ashley who won the
Oh yeah, she did.
book, right?
That's awesome.
Yes.
Ashley asked what our kids' favorite products are from Azure. So you've had a minute to think about that.
Yep.
So rock and roll.
I really like the potatoes and onions and carrots from Azure. Those are really good.
And that's a really good yet really dull answer.
Really? Well, and that,
It's not like the chocolate bars or something like that.
I'm
I
not
know,
a
and you
fan
didn't
of
even
the
like
chocolate
the chocolate
bars.
bars. I know.
I like their kefir grains.
Yeah,
The
like-
kefir grains are good.
Well, or like what about the almond and hazelnut extracts?
Yes.
We love
Those
the
are good.
extracts.
So I don't think she or any of them will have one specific favorite. I know Grayson, he's become our ginger beer master, and I think that he's gonna say he really likes the ginger from Azure. And then Asher is our vegetable maniac. So you could mention cabbage, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah." You can mention pickle, and he'd be like, "Definitely." You can mention tomatoes or onions or anything, and he'd be like, "Gross," and veggies would come out. And you wouldn't know that he'd be like you think he'd be a vegetarian, but he's just
Yeah.
he's gonna be good. And then obviously the little kids, they're gonna say they love, you know,
Apples.
apples and kiwi and all that stuff, the grapefruit. So yeah, that's that.
And mangoes are good too.
Yeah.
So Ray No asked, for long-term storage of rice or corn, do we freeze it first? Great question, because this falls right inside what we were just doing the other day.
So, and I actually just asked on the community page about what people do to prevent bugs in their food
Do-do.
storage. Now, we do not freeze our anything. We never have. What do you?
We just got frozen corn.
No. She's like dry.
Oh, dry.
Like, do you freeze it first before you store it to prevent bugs?
Ah.
What we do, okay, so number one,
Ready?
actually, for the last 10 years, what have we done?
We've just
Absolutely nothing.
yeah.
We throw it in a bucket and it was fine. And I wouldn't suggest it, especially if you're talking about larger quantities. And I believe that one of the reasons why it worked so well for us is because we are in Colorado. It is
It's
a
dry.
really dry climate.
It doesn't get ridiculously hot or cold either.
And I mean, we even stored our grains in the garage at one point in time. And we've never had bugs. We've never had weevils. When we used to live in Michigan, I remember finding weevils in flour all the time. And it's just never been an issue for us here. But what we do is we just throw the grain into a Mylar bag with an oxygen absorber, seal it up, and that right there, when you suck out the oxygen, it does the same, if not better, than freezing in order of like preventing bugs.
Yeah. We did a video on that.
We did do a video. Well, we did a video on how to choose the right size Mylar bag.
Yes.
And that, I think, like, that was the concept that we talked about in that video was like life-changing for me
Yeah.
in the way that we do food storage, because it made things so much easier. It's a
Yeah.
little bit more work up front,
But
but
when you need to go get anything,
when
salt,
you
sugar,
restocking your pantry, it's just like,
boom.
it's brainless.
Because if you schedule a time to do it, it's set off to the side. But when you're in the heat of cooking and you're like, oh, I need salt, it's just grab and go. Or if you need oats, grab and go. Super, super convenient.
Yeah.
And our kids can do it, and we
Yeah.
don't have to. So
We don't have food all over.
Yep. Go ahead, do Darla.
Okay, so Darla Mankey asked, do we do any preserving with our huge hulls? Canning, dehydrating, freezing, vacuum sealing? And I'm going to say yes, all of the above. For example, let's talk about red bell peppers. We get those in, we use a lot of them fresh, but then we will also either chop up or slice up and vacuum seal and freeze them. We are also experimenting with the dehydrating them and using them that way. For the cabbage, we will ferment that. For a lot of the things, we'll try and ferment. So that's another method of preservation. Fermenting is our ideal method, but it also takes up a lot more refrigerator space. And so, for example, we just got a second 40 pounds of pickles that came in, and they were much better condition than the last batch.
Thank you, Azure.
And we are in the process of, we fermented about half of those, and then we also decided to do some canning, so we did some bread and butter pickles. And I don't know, we've got a little bit more in the garden and a little bit more from the Azure box that we've got to decide exactly what we're going to do with them.
Yep.
So kind of a combination. I don't love frozen vegetables. Like the peppers I can handle, but and peas and corn.
Yeah.
Potatoes.
And potatoes. Oh yeah, the potatoes
We've done some
hash
freezing.
browns.
Yeah.
And so, but beyond that, I don't like
Freezing lettuce just gets complicated. I don't know.
Yuck.
So.
And then for the
Like carrots, we just throw in the fridge. Onions, they just go in bags downstairs.
I want to do some more pickling onions though. And I do want to actually freeze some onions and dehydrate.
And then the cabbage we turn into sauerkraut, and then just slaw, and then the apples.
And for example, with the sauerkraut, it's so tempting to take the sauerkraut that we made and can it so that it is shelf stable, but I have a really hard time doing that because it kills all the probiotics in there.
Yeah, and then it just becomes a fun meal. So hopefully that helps. Darla, moving on to Tony Jordan. Not sure if that's a he or she. So asked, how many animals do we have?
Do we count?
Let's just name them and
let's go with dogs.
Dog, yes. So
we have 2 dogs.
You just saw Hank.
Who is a blue heeler.
And then we have Boris the Basset. He's here somewhere, probably sleeping.
3 cats.
3 cats. We have 2 birds now.
Well, hold on. So 3 cats. We have Pumpkin.
Pumpkin, yep.
Who they're all just domestic short hair.
Yeah.
And we have Mittens, who is a slinky cat. You called him. He lets the kids do anything with him.
He's like a tuxedo, black and white cat.
We have, and then we have Myrta, who is our newest gray kitty.
Yeah. She was just too cute to pass up. She's Pumpkin's kitten. They're actually both Pumpkin's kittens.
Yes.
So.
There's Myrta.
Yes. And for those of you who know Outlander, that's where her name came from, even though it was a male in the video, but yeah.
Okay, so then we have Zazu, who is he's a Timna African Gray.
Who's been remarkably quiet today.
Right?
No, I
You
said
should have
something.
said something.
Now he's gonna start.
So
He must know when we're like filming versus live
Yeah.
because you're right. He's insanely quiet.
um,
He is
Well, maybe it's the
the
weather.
he is the source of the squawking that you hear in our videos.
he's been around since the beginning. He's been around before me.
Yeah, I've had him.
Let's see, you were 20, 19,
They
20?
said 18.
18, 19, 20, somewhere around in there.
I was 19 when I got him.
Yeah, so he's almost 30 years old.
No, he's over 30 years old.
19?
No. No, I'm
he-
sorry.
Yeah, no.
He's
He's rounding in on 30.
he's not rounding it on 30. I'm not that old.
She's that old.
So-
Okay.
I'm
So,
41. I am
Okay.
41, so
and then we just, out of the blue, adopted a pigeon. This pigeon is just. I'm in the garage, and up walks Harbor. No. Go ahead.
So he's in the garage filling a tire. And then behind him is this white and
Speckled.
brown speckled pigeon walking by. And I'm like, Dad, what is that? And he's like, looking at me.
I'm
Didn't
like,
see him.
I didn't even know he was there.
And then
I'm like,
he turned around again. He turned around to see him.
It's like,
And he's
that's a
like,
pigeon.
oh, there's a
That's a pigeon.
It was like
This- Just
crazy close to you.
So we
Yeah.
tried to kind
tried to
of
get rid of him.
shoo him away,
Yeah.
get him to go home, and he kept coming back,
kept coming back.
landing on our roof.
Yeah, in the yard, whatever. I got up on the roof and was like, "Yah, yah," and he flew over to the neighbors, and then like 5 minutes later came back, and now he's ours. We
We looked. He has a band. We contacted the what is it? Pigeon Racing Association or something. The Pigeon
American
Racing.
Pigeon Racing.
Association.
Something. No, it's something. It's something different than that. But anyway, I contacted them. They looked up his information. Unfortunately, we found out that his owner had passed away within the last year or two, and that there was no transfer record on file. And she asked me what I wanted to do, and I'm like, I guess we'll keep him.
Now
we have a pigeon.
And his name is Walter. And if you've ever seen the movie A Spies in Disguise, that's where he got his name. Was from that movie. The pigeon's name wasn't Walter, but the kid, the guy's name is Walter.
The guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Will
I can't not look at you, Walter.
Will Smith, right?
Will Smith, yeah.
So Elias nicknamed him Walter Ruggins Comstock.
Ruggins. Nice. Tony, great. Thanks for the clarification. I don't know anything. I live in a very small world. So the last few times I got cilantro was beautiful. I now have 50 pounds of yellow potatoes I got in my drop on Tuesday that I'm prepping today to can. Awesome, Beth. So cool.
I want to do some canning of potatoes too, to make like easy mashed potatoes. I think that would be good.
Yep, and she also mentioned she has some bad cilantro and she got a credit. Good job. Good job. Azure is awesome. And then maybe I missed. If so, I'm sorry, but how many weeks are you now? 7, 8, 8?
8 gonna be 9.
I'm going to be 9 weeks on Monday.
9 Monday.
And the very exciting news is that because of the multiple losses, we did do an early ultrasound and saw a heartbeat at 7 weeks. Well, 6 and
weeks.
7 weeks
Yeah.
technically. And I've been monitoring my blood work and everything is good so far. So.
Harbor, would you be so kind to get me another water?
Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so animals. We got. Or do you want to finish comments?
No, it's fine. Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah, she chose. Well, chose a good family. Thanks.
If anybody has any tips on having a pigeon as a pet, we're all ears because this is new to us.
So
let's go. Let's start up
all right.
there.
So we have Sir Copper
Isaac
Poop
Newton
Color
No.
Newton Browning.
Sir Isaac.
Sir Isaac Copper. Sir
Sir-
Isaac Newton Poop Color.
No, there's a copper in there.
Sir Copper Newton. It wasn't Isaac Newton.
Okay.
It was Sir Copper Newton Poop Color something. I don't know. we had a crazy name where we got him. It's Copper. He's a hedgehog. He's super cute. He came out last night and I was giving him some lettuce. He's really, really cute. Yeah, I don't know. And then we have 2 guinea pigs. Scarlet and Phoebe.
Phoebe and Scarlet. I like Phoebe and Scarlet.
And then we have 2 Russian tortoises,
Yep.
Chomper and Lucy.
Yep. And then we have,
Hang on a second. I'm forgetting something.
yeah, you are.
Hold on.
He's like one of the only types of animal. He's the only type of animal that we have of him. Actually, no. Kind of.
I
Can we tell you?
dad moment.
Leo.
Oh gosh, yes. And then we have a leopard gecko, Leo, who we got for our son,
Leonardo the Lizard.
Leonardo the lizard. So count that up. How many animals do we have?
13. We have 13 animals. And technically we are +2. We have 2 baby kittens that,
Go get 'em.
yeah, you can go get kittens, that are just now going to be, well, in the next few days, will be available for adoption.
Maybe.
They will be available for adoption. We do not need any more cats right now.
Okay, so Tony, hope that answers your question.
Now,
And
we
she
have,
says she loves hearing them in the background.
oh good, that makes me glad, because we try really hard to,
Or no, that's she's Red Lantern. Kathy said that. Sorry.
we try really hard to talk around Zazu's squawking, and oh, here are the kittens.
Alright, you guys turn around. They just woke up.
They're so sweet.
You see, where's Desi? Right? Yeah, no, that's trouble. Double trouble. So,
They got gray bellies.
They're so cute.
yeah, that's crazy.
And Myrta is their mom, and she keeps catching animals outside. She just tried to bring a mouse into the house.
No, she also just caught a bird.
And a bird. And
Today.
she's trying to bring them in to feed them like a good mama. But man, I don't
She
like
is
it.
she is a good hunter, like crazy. But that's perfect for her name. If you know the name Myrta, that means.
Oh, and we have bees.
Oh, we do have bees.
If
Yes.
those can count. We've got 3 hives, and we've talked about working our way back into chickens.
We'll get there maybe one day.
But Kevin keeps using me being pregnant as an excuse to not do chickens for the last 3 years.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Sharon Fricano asked, when did we both realize that we wanted to eat nutritious food, and how did we eat when we first met in early days of our marriage? Oh, great question. Do you want to talk about this? Do you want me to talk about it?
You start.
Yeah. Okay. When we first met, we ate pretty much whatever we wanted. We ate out a lot.
Lots of sushi.
Lots of sushi. We both were relatively crunchy, if you want to call it that. We didn't eat a ton of garbage, but we bought bread from the store. We made sandwiches out of rolls. And early on in our marriage, about a year and a half after we got married, I became the world's worst husband. And did you disagree with me?
I said bless you.
Oh, I think she said yes, you did. I was about to smack you.
I said bless you to this kitten.
Yeah. So food and nutrition just kind of got drop kicked out, and that didn't go very well for a long time. And then
So I'm gonna, when
we
okay, so what we actually started with was our household items. And that was about when, I think it might have even been before we got married, that I started switching over and not buying conventional cleaning products or personal care products and going more natural in that area. And then when I got pregnant with Harbor, or when I was pregnant with Harbor, I was borderline preeclamptic, and I had to go through this. My midwife made me only eat protein, so I had chicken. Like, I was allowed to only eat chicken for however many days,
Salt
and then
and pepper
I could add in peanut butter, and then it was
egg, chicken, peanut
and
butter.
I remember asking her. She was born in January, and so like it was like November, December, and
Can Can you go see what's going on?
We
Thanks.
have always been, I've always loved making Christmas cookies and eating Christmas cookies. And I remember having a conversation with Jean about, well, what is what is the nutritional requirements of sugar in a day? What's the range? How many cookies can I have in a day? And be within the, I'm good. The recommended amount. And she's like, Christy, it's none.
And she was devastated. She was like, what?
Totally crushed.
No, that's not right. Yeah, that's funny.
And so from I think that I would attribute the start of our health journey to working
That
with
moment,
her, and then through other pregnancies and working with midwives along the way. Our second midwife was, she did a lot of nutrition stuff, and so we started doing. I think that the first thing, we cut all sugars and carbs.
Yeah,
or sugars and grains.
So it was about 6 years ago when our marriage started getting better.
We started it when we were at the Lake Gulch house. So it was, that was 8, 9 years
We've
ago.
done dabbles of where we cut all the processed food out. Yeah, I don't know.
But we also, we moved to organic food probably when Harbor, about when I was pregnant with Harbor.
Yeah.
And I remember that's when we got our first Vitamix and started doing smoothies, and I started buying everything organic. And then we moved to buying
Raw milk.
well, no, then we did the pasture raised beef that we've got locally.
Oh, yep.
And then, so it honestly, it has been a journey, and we are still on it, and we're still figuring things out. I still have my shameful admittance that I still use commercial deodorant, that I keep trying to switch to native. I've got the kids using native, and I use it off and on, and so does he. And he's like, I don't care. And I'm like, it's so bad. But it's just, it's baby steps. It's one thing at a time. And even though, when we started doing pasture raised beef, we didn't switch over all of our meats. Eventually, then we added in raw milk, and then we added in buying a pig, and then we added in and then we had our farm journey where we were raising everything ourselves, and then we lost that, and then it's been a huge journey, and there's steps forwards and there's huge backslides, and we just do what we can and trust that God's got this and that we're exactly where we need to be. And so I think, and then I guess the other part would be the health side of things.
Can you stop playing the harmonica for a minute, please?
I know
Or
that
do it outside.
when we met,
Yeah.
we were I was still okay with conventional antibiotics and all of that.
Yeah.
And we moved into, it started with oils and herbs and homeopathics. And then I think after Asher was born, we stopped going to a traditional pediatrician and just stuck with our chiropractor.
Yep.
Why, hello there, little girl. That is a
uh,
giant thumb.
So, like Christy said, it's a journey. Pick one thing. Don't try doing everything at once because it won't work. And yeah, we just keep moving. Just keep moving forward. So Karen Metzen Wallace from Napa, California, but living in Olympia, Washington, both beautiful areas, expressed interest in a butter battle or comparing different sugars and what they're good for. We have tried different butters over the years.
I'm happy. I'd be willing to revisit that. I also said during our most recent haul that has not published yet, is that I'm even willing to revisit looking at the cheddar cheeses because they've gotten so many different brands since we kind of decided. Breslin. But I love the idea of a butter battle, and Asher loves making butter.
Yeah.
So I think that would be fun to kind of do a comparison.
And then sugars,
Again, that's one thing that I haven't.
Look down. Look down.
We mainly use a combination of the raw evaporated cane juice, honey, and maple syrup. And
Yeah.
those are our three. We do have a small stash of succulent, and we have coconut sugar, but I've also tried date syrup and
Erythritol.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
I did not agave no, and I don't like the erythritol or the agave. I don't even do a lot of stevia stuff. I really like the honey and the maple syrup as much as
maple
possible.
syrup is my I love to see a cheddar cheese comparison. So would I. So but basically we use we use maple syrup to flavor a lot of baked things, bacon, steak, stew. Honey goes in about everything that's bread and yogurt and ice cream. And then the sugar stuff, 90% of the time we use that for fermenting. It's very rare that we actually put sugar in something. The other day, Harvard put some sugar in a gravy mix because she overdid the salt a little bit in efforts to combat that. That was tasty. So we know what sugar does to the body and the brain, and we try not to do too much of it. It's all in moderation. So go ahead and do.
So, but that type of video is definitely something that we enjoy doing, is kind of doing that comparison. One of our, family mottos is that everything's an experiment, and that we like to just kind of keep researching and figuring out what the best option is. Like, what's the best grain? What's the best for a specific recipe and whatnot. And we love experimenting with that. So I think that there will be some more of that type of video in the future.
Little Blue House Farm asks, do we know if maple syrup is bad when you have high cholesterol and high triglycerides?
I have no idea.
No clue. I would seek a health care professional. I have high cholesterol, but I think that's athletic induced high cholesterol.
There's also a lot of, in the natural world, there is a lot of debate regarding cholesterol and what is good and what is bad and all of that. So I can't answer that.
It's funny, our chiropractor who ended up testing and telling me I had high cholesterol was like, how many eggs do you eat, Kevin? And I'm like, I don't know, 6 to 12 a day. And he's like, yeah, you could eat more. Be fine. So, Addison asked, have we tried the Azure tomato powder and what do we think?
We have not.
We've not tried that yet, so I don't know.
I think that I would probably be inclined to try that as opposed to making our own, because we do not have honestly, with me eating the tomatoes and the kids eating the tomatoes, there's not any left to do any preserving at all. I feel like we need like 5 beds of tomatoes next year.
One dedicated to Roma.
And then the Tea House asked, what are 3 Azure products that we will never buy again? That is a great question. We sat here and talked about it for a few minutes, and we came up with a couple.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead.
One of them was the spring mix lettuce. That was
rough.
I just don't think it travels well. If you live close to Azure, I think it would be great.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you can tell it's beautiful. The part that's still good is beautiful.
But the part that's bad is bad.
No.
Yeah. And then...
Do you remember what number 2 was?
I do,
You
yeah.
came up with it.
Was the Country Save laundry detergent.
There are a lot of people that really
like it. Yeah.
And it just didn't work well with our washer. And I mean, I think that the combination of what your washing machine and then
what you're washing
and your water,
your
type of water, I think that all kind of plays into it. And so I think some people will love a given laundry detergent and some people not so much.
And then for the third thing that we don't like from Azure is we don't know. So far, those are the only two.
Unfortunately, that's
Like off the top of our head, I mean, if we sat down and digged and looked at things like, oh yeah, that, oh yeah, that. But right now,
well, and there's some like you mentioned mandarins, and yeah, we did have a couple months where the mandarins were really bad,
But
but
that's
the
seasonal.
months before that,
Yeah.
they were beautiful.
Produce is a hard one. Like
Yeah.
actual like products and like the Azure brand maple syrup, we didn't love, but it was really good.
No. That one was good. That one was
I-
second place
Yeah, I know.
to
But
the.
yeah.
There was another one.
The amber. Maple
Yeah,
syrup
it was
amber.
a yeah.
Oh, I got one. Vanilla fourfold.
Oh.
Good job, Weber.
And you know what? There's going to be a lot of people that probably totally disagree with this. We used to strictly use the fourfold vanilla. And I loved it because it's way more affordable than the organic vanilla. But at some point in time in the last 5 years, something changed with the recipe. And it tastes like what
I think you
pina
said a
colada.
Like a pina
It's
colada.
like it tastes like it has a pina colada flavoring to it. I don't know what it is.
Extra alcohol.
So we
Ooh.
no longer buy the fourfold vanilla and we only buy the organic because we found that the organic vanilla tastes
like vanilla.
like the old fourfold
Yeah.
vanilla.
Okay, and then the tea house also has to either of us work outside of the house. They're considering moving.
No, we're out of the home, like from inside
Like,
the
do
home.
we work out of the house?
Yes,
Yes, I know. That's what I said.
you said outside of
Outside of the house.
like
Do we work out of the house?
no,
Outside of the house.
no, but that's not what it asks.
Do either of us work out of the house?
Like work from home.
Yes, we work out. Okay. Do we work from home?
Yes, that's
Yes.
what she's asking.
We work from home, and we also have a landscaping company that is out of the home because landscaping inside
It's messy.
it's complicated. They're considering moving, and then the husband would then work from home and out of the house. Don't know if she could handle him all day.
Were you supposed to do that?
Yeah, I think so. The tea house. There's only one way to find out.
Okay, so our goal is to get to the point where
We both work from home full time.
he doesn't have to go out into the field. It's a great opportunity for our boys to go work with him and all of that. But we are also both homebodies.
Yeah, and we both
We
like.
both enjoy being home, and we both really enjoy being together because there are seasons where he is not in the field a lot and he is home, and we love it, and we always have. There's always kind of been ups and downs and seasonalities with the landscaping business, and our relationship has always thrived more when you are at home. And I think that our home, like our family thrives more when you are able to be at home. And so I think that yeah, give it a try, but I would say give it a try and commit to figuring out a way to make it work, because I do think that it can be a lot more fulfilling.
I think
maybe.
fulfilling. Then you get to explore different routines.
But any sort of change like that is definitely going to cause some friction, and I think they should do the morning check-in. We haven't talked about the morning check-in in a while, or at least on this channel. I don't know. We have a morning check-in that we do. I'm going to just really quick share it. Every morning, we go over 5 different things. Number 1, we read a short Devo together. Number 2, we discuss 4 talking points. Number 1, something we're grateful for. Number 2, if there's any animosity between us. Number 3, we hold each other accountable for whatever we decide that we want to be held accountable for. It's great for goal setting and working on habits and such. Number 5, we discuss something that God is teaching us. We believe that this is an excellent opportunity to kind of keep our eyes open to what God is speaking into our lives. So that was part 2. Part 3 is we go over our schedule. Part 4, we have kind of like an open time for any other conversations that need to be had.
Open the floor for discussion.
And number 5, we close in prayer. Takes about anywhere from 15 to 30 to
2 hours.
2 hours, usually in that half-hour time frame.
Yeah.
And that is probably the most consistent thing that we do, and we've been doing it for about
6 years. Yeah.
7 years.
Yeah.
And it played a huge part in taking our marriage from like a 3 on the scale of 1 to 10 up to a
8, 9.
9. So
It's probably 8 right now.
I attribute, like, I believe that when we lost Xander, that was kind of where we went from that 8 to 9. And so I can't attribute that to the daily check-in.
Got it.
So, so commit to it and see
how it
what
goes.
you can do. Set some boundaries. Try something for a week. Take a look at it. Troubleshoot. Try something else for the next week and figure it out. There's actually one more question here. More cooking kitchen or Mickey asked if we'd consider posting more cooking kitchen project videos. Which I think we've kind of talked about
Yeah.
a little bit, and again, we'll like
People
a
are
little bit
speaking.
here and there. I know that the people are speaking, but I really want to do our best to remain focused so that we are able to serve in a way that makes sense and in a way that
allows people to do what they're wanting. I don't know. It ain't edited.
So my thing is that I don't want you to have to go through our channel and look at the videos that we produce and really think about whether it's something you're interested in or not. And I understand that that's very hard because not everybody's going to be interested in everything, but that's kind of why we want to keep a narrow focus here. And where if we're talking about meal planning, or if we're talking about like actual recipes, or if we're talking about something like homeschooling, we have kind of come to the conclusion that that belongs on a different channel. And that if you fall in line with that, that's great. Then you can follow a couple of our channels. But if you don't, then you don't have to. And YouTube isn't going to constantly be throwing our videos in your face that you don't want to watch. So I hope that that makes sense.
Yeah. By the time we're done with everything, we're going to have like 25, 30 channels.
That's going to require a lot of help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that it?
I think we need
that
yes.
stuff.
Why don't you bring that over here? Last but not least, we are going to share our giveaway for September.
Yeah, buddy.
We just filmed the September Azure haul that will be coming out in, I think it's like 2 or 3 weeks. It takes a little while to kind of get everything put together. And so there is a little bit of a delay with those videos. So this next month, we have for you a pumpkin package. We have the pumpkin cookbook, the canned pumpkin. I'm not sure if you have used this or not, but when it comes to canned pumpkin, this is the best. Prefer to go with fresh pumpkins baked in the oven, but these are really good as a substitute when you can't do that. And we also have some pumpkin seeds. And then lastly, we are going to be making some homemade pumpkin pie spice that we will be sharing as well. So there is not an opportunity to enter in this yet. This is just kind of a quick little sneak peek, but in the upcoming Azure haul videos, there's going to be 2 of those this month. we will share info on how to
I don't think so, too.
enter.
I love all things 80s and 90s.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you so much for.
Do you want to go through?
I've been
Are we
watching.
good?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
we're good. If
okay.
anybody has any last minute questions that they have, drop them in the comment box right now. We're gonna hang out for another minute or so. I know that my butt is asleep, and you're probably ready
for a nap?
And we have some homemade tuna sandwiches with that bread that you saw that Harbor's gonna whip out in the kitchen, and
Which I'm gonna have like a quarter of and a salad.
a salad.
Yeah.
So
And we're gonna go do some more. We're gonna do some zucchini relish and some applesauce and some apple butter and some zucchini bread
Oh, today?
all today.
Oh boy.
Which means that I'm not doing any of it and I'm just going to delegate.
yeah, well, if you take a nap, I might run out and drop that stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
So thanks so much. Have a great day. You as well. Thank you. We're gonna figure out how to say your name for sure. So, all right, guys. Well, see ya.
Thank you so much.